Hello Nevada Virtual Academy, proficiency exam, geometry, SAT. Let's solve this one. From the mall, Anna walks 4 kilometers south and Jacob walks 4 kilometers east. How far apart are they? Obviously we have a drawing here, we have a small sketch which is really helpful. You know, this is north, this is south, you have east and west. No reason to spend too much time on that because the drawing is pretty self-explanatory, right? How far apart are they? Well, what do you guys notice in here? I have a right triangle, and more than that, this is an isosceles right triangle, okay? In an isosceles right triangle, and an isosceles right triangle is actually half of your square, half of a square, right? If I would complete, and I would basically, just reflect this two sides, two given sides here, or 4 kilometers each, and I would reflect them about the hypotenuse, I'm getting a square, right? This is also 4 kilometers, this is also 4 kilometers. And inside you have what? You have the diagonal of your square, which is always side square root 2. 4 square root 2, right? Well, 4 square root 2 is very close to 5.7, and that's why 4 is not, 0 is not, 8 is not. 4 square root 2. But this is a rule, a general rule for any triangle, any right triangle, like we showed in the previous problem. If you have a right triangle that's also isosceles, right? And if one of your legs is A, the other leg will also be A, and the hypotenuse is going to be A square root 2. How am I getting that? Well, guys, in a right triangle, the sum of the square of the legs, A squared plus A squared, equals the square of your hypotenuse. Well, the square of the hypotenuse better be 2A squared. And as you notice here, if I have A square root 2, everything squared, there's going to be A squared times square root 2 squared, which is A squared times 2. Obviously, that will be 2A squared, right? Remember this rule. And here you have what? 45 degrees, 45 degrees, and 90 degrees. This is the only possibility for an isosceles right triangle, where you have two congruent sides and where your angles will be 45, 90, 45, or 45, 45, 90, and the relation between your hypotenuse and the legs is always going to be that the leg square 2 will give you your hypotenuse. And I can see the other rule. If I know my hypotenuse, to find the leg, I will always divide my hypotenuse by square root 2, and that will give me the length of my leg. And we may be able to use this on the next one of the next problems. Okay, so I hope it makes sense, because one side is 4 kilometers, isosceles right triangle, the hypotenuse is going to be 4 square root 2. And that hypotenuse is, is like your diagonal in a square that will have the same side. This also will help you if you have a square with the diagonal, its side. If you have a square with the side, let's say B, and you have to find its diagonal, well, its diagonal is always going to be B square root 2. Okay? Good. I'm going to stop here and we'll do one more after that.